Chapter 2. Time Management and Planning. Time management is one of the most critical aspects of exam preparation. A well-organized approach allows you to cover all necessary material without feeling overwhelmed and helps you stay focused on exam day. In this chapter, we'll explore strategies for creating an effective study schedule, prioritizing subjects, setting realistic goals, and managing time during both study sessions and the actual exam. 2.1 Creating an effective study schedule. An effective study schedule serves as a roadmap for your preparation, ensuring that you cover all topics and avoid last-minute cramming. Here's how to design a study plan that works for you. 2.1. 1. Assess your current situation. Understand your starting point. Begin by evaluating how much time you have until the exam and the scope of the material you need to cover. Be realistic about your time availability. Consider your daily schedule, including commitments like classes, work, or personal activities, and block out time for studying accordingly. 2.1. 2. Divide your study time. Break it down into manageable chunks. Instead of trying to study for long hours at a stretch, divide your time into smaller, focused sessions. This will help you maintain concentration and avoid burnout. Balance study and rest. Plan for short breaks to recharge and prevent fatigue. A well-rested mind is more productive. Study sessions based on learning types. If you're tackling different subjects, like math and history, alternate between them to keep your mind engaged and prevent monotony. 2.1. 3. Map out the days and weeks leading to the exam. Weekly plan. Create a week-by-week plan, mapping out the subjects or chapters you will cover on each day. Daily goals. Break down your study time for each day. For instance, you might allocate 2 hours to one subject in the morning, then spend another 2 hours on a different subject in the afternoon. 2.1. 4. Adjust as necessary. Be flexible. Life happens, and sometimes you won't be able to stick perfectly to your schedule. If you miss a session, reschedule it, and don't let minor setbacks derail your plan. Evaluate your progress. Review your study plan regularly. If you're falling behind on certain topics, adjust your schedule to make room for them. 2.2 Prioritizing subjects and topics based on exam weightage. Not all topics are equally important, and focusing on high-priority areas is key to optimizing your study time. Here's how to prioritize effectively. 2.2. 1. Identify high-weightage topics. Review past exams and syllabus. Look at past papers and the exam syllabus to identify which topics have the most weight. Exams often follow patterns, so understanding where the emphasis lies can guide your focus. Talk to your instructors. Ask your teachers or examiners which areas tend to be more important, as they can provide valuable insights. 2.2. To allocate more time to heavier topics, proportion your study time. For topics with more weight in the exam, dedicate a larger portion of your study sessions. For example, if one topic accounts for 40% of the exam, spend proportionately more time on it than on other, less important subjects. Address weak areas. Focus on the topics you find most challenging, especially if they are significant in terms of marks. Tackling weak points early ensures you won't be stressed as the exam approaches. 2.2. 3. Use Pareto's principle, 80/20 rule. Focus on key content. According to the Pareto principle, 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. In the context of exams, this means that mastering a small number of high-value topics can lead to the majority of your success. 2.3. Setting short-term and long-term study goals. Goal setting gives you a clear direction, motivating you to stay on track and measure progress. Break down your study goals into short-term and long-term objectives. 2.3. 1. Long-term goals. Final objective. The ultimate long-term goal is to be fully prepared by the exam day. Define what success looks like for you, whether it's covering all the syllabus material or achieving a certain score. Plan backward. Start from the exam date and work backward, planning your study milestones accordingly. If you have 6 months to prepare, set monthly objectives to cover major sections of the material. 2.3. 2. Short-term goals. Daily and weekly goals. Break down your long-term goals into daily and weekly objectives. For example, a daily goal might be to complete one chapter of a textbook or review 30 flashcards. Track your progress. Use a checklist to mark off completed tasks. This visual representation of progress can boost motivation and keep you accountable. Reward yourself. After reaching a short-term goal, reward yourself with something enjoyable, such as a short break, a treat, or time spent doing a hobby. 2.3. 3 SMART goals. Specific. Clearly define what you need to achieve. For example, study 2 chapters of biology instead of study biology. Measurable. Have a way to track progress. For example, complete 5 practice problems. Achievable. Set goals that are realistic given your time and resources. Relevant. Focus on goals that contribute directly to exam preparation. Time-bound. Set a deadline for each goal. For example, finish Chapter 3 by 5 p.m. today. 2.4 The Pomodoro Technique for focused study sessions. The Pomodoro Technique is a time management method designed to improve focus and productivity. It involves breaking work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes of focused study followed by a 5-minute break. 2.4. 1. How the Pomodoro Technique works. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Choose a task to focus on, then work on it without interruptions. Take a 5-minute break. Once the timer goes off, take a short break to rest and recharge. Repeat the cycle. After 4 Pomodoros, work intervals. Take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. 2.4. 2 Benefits of the Pomodoro Technique. Increases focus. The time constraint encourages you to concentrate fully on the task at hand. Prevents burnout. The regular breaks help avoid mental fatigue, keeping you fresh and focused. Boosts productivity. By breaking study sessions into manageable intervals, you can often accomplish more without feeling overwhelmed. 2.4. 3 Adapting the Pomodoro Technique. Adjust the intervals. If 25 minutes feels too short or long for you, feel free to adjust the length of the intervals to suit your concentration span. For example, you might study for 50 minutes and take a 10-minute break. Use a timer. There are various apps and online timers specifically designed for the Pomodoro Technique to help you stay on track. 2.5 How to manage time during the actual exam. Effective time management is just as important during the exam as it is during preparation. Proper pacing ensures that you complete all questions and avoid rushing through the most important parts of the exam. 2.5. 1. Read through the entire paper first. Scan the exam quickly. Take the first few minutes to read through all the questions. This will help you gauge the difficulty and identify which questions you feel confident about answering first. Prioritize questions. Tackle the questions you know best before moving on to harder ones. This will boost your confidence and ensure you secure as many points as possible early on. 2.5. 2. Allocate time according to marks. Time per mark. Estimate how much time you can afford to spend on each question based on its marks. For example, if an exam is 2 hours long and worth 100 marks, you can spend about 1.2 minutes per mark. Avoid getting stuck. If you find yourself stuck on a question, move on and return to it later. Spending too much time on one question can jeopardize your ability to complete the exam. 2.5. 3. Leave time for review. Plan for a final review. Always aim to leave the last 5 to 10 minutes for reviewing your answers. Check for any skipped questions, careless errors, or incomplete responses. Proofread. If you're writing essays or longer responses, use the extra time to proofread and ensure that your writing is clear and error-free. Time management and planning are essential to exam success. By creating a thoughtful study schedule, prioritizing the most important topics, setting realistic goals, and using techniques like the Pomodoro method, you'll be better prepared both for study sessions and the actual exam day. Managing your time wisely ensures that you perform your best without unnecessary stress.